I'm going to name 3 types of women to avoid if you don't want to get dragged into drama and be deceived. These types tend to cheat and manipulate men more than others. That's why I've always said, and I'll keep saying it, choose a woman who has strong, positive character traits. Forget about just the looks, the external packaging. What you need for a life together is a real person. I'm sure that any man dreams of finding a woman who is honest with him, a relationship with no lies, where he can trust her completely. If a man is experienced and has been through a few relationships, he already understands that truly honest women aren't that common. It seems like almost all women have started lying to men to get something out of them, whether it's a material or an emotional advantage. For example, she might lie about how many partners she's had in the past so you don't leave her. Or she might tell you she loves you just to get you to buy her an iPhone. Situations like this are a dime a dozen. You might not believe me, but I also read men's comments and talk to my followers, and I know this happens all the time. So, which women are more likely to deceive men than others? There are 3 specific types who are consistently dishonest, and it's important for you to know about them. Let's get down to business. The first type is the coldly calculating woman. You can find them everywhere. Just open any social media platform or women's forum, and every other woman is saying what a man should and must do. Moreover, each has her own set of demands. For one, it's crucial that he earns a certain amount. For another, it's essential that he has an apartment, a car, and so on. In short, their specific demands vary, but the general checklist is usually the same: wealthy, caring, generous, and loving. Those 4 words, wealthy, caring, generous, and loving, that they put in their profile up front as these supposedly mandatory qualities, it's better to just steer clear of her. It would be one thing if they demanded this while being ready to offer something in return besides their looks and what's between their legs. But as a rule, they rarely have anything to give back, not even basic love and care. For some of them, only the man is supposed to make the investment. These women see a man not as a person, but as a resource, and of course, they will inevitably drain that resource completely and go looking for another one to drain. They will absolutely deceive such a man, who is usually naive, inexperienced, or simply in love, to extract the maximum benefit from him. Women like this are incapable of love. They'll disappear the moment the man stops spending money on them. The second type of women who deceive men more often are the frivolous ones. Often, if a woman is, say, 25 while she's still young and attractive on average, she tries to live life to the fullest and grab everything she can from it. Her head isn't filled with anything serious yet, and her immediate plans are focused on having fun and enjoying herself while she can. And of course, they usually have plenty of suitors, whom they likely change like gloves. Again, not all, but in most cases that's how it is. However, as she gets closer to 30, when her youth and beauty begin to fade, that's when they start thinking about the future, about family, children, and so on. Naturally, they can't arrange a comfortable life for themselves, because all that time she was most likely not working on herself, but just partying, having fun, and treating men as disposable. So she starts looking for a suitable man for a family, focusing on the fact that he must be a good earner, emotionally stable, kind, and caring. Most importantly, he must be someone she can mold to her will. And for such a jackpot to take the bait, she will have to hide her past and constantly deceive you. Otherwise, a man like that simply wouldn't consider starting a serious relationship or seeing her as wife material. That's why, before you get involved with a woman like this, you must make a point of asking about her past. The third type of woman who deceives men is the unattainable one. You've probably heard of that type, right? And we can put unattainable in quotes. I'll explain why. The thing is, this type of woman acts like an impregnable fortress that can only be conquered with expensive gifts and lavish courtship. Women started using this tactic when they realized some men are willing to spend their resources and time in hopes of winning her affection. But they will only use this tactic on men they are interested in as a provider, someone they can get resources from, like money, gifts, and trips to fancy restaurants. In other words, she gives you hints that she's interested, but she never lets the relationship progress any further. She doesn't let you get close. So she's simply manipulating and deceiving you for her own benefit. Listen, you need to cut your losses and walk away if you see this pattern. If you've been courting a woman for a long time and your relationship isn't going anywhere, if it's just stuck in neutral, then she's clearly lying about her intentions. Don't waste your time, and especially not your money, which in most cases, you've worked hard to earn. I think you've heard me, and I hope you'll consider my advice. Not that I'm insisting, of course. Ultimately, it's entirely up to you. It's your life, and it's in your hands. But I feel it's my duty to get this message out there, to prevent some of the more naive guys from making the same mistakes others have already made. I hope this video helps you to make the right decision. I'll see you in the next video.